Hey guys, welcome. Oh, thanks for joining in. It's been a minute. But that's because we're in a time of a massive integration. And I've been working away alongside you guys. Wow. And have not been able to make it to the channel because I've been focusing on work alongside you guys and what that means. And what that really means now is we're in a time of doing a deep cleanse of facing our childhood traumas. And we're seeing how they're playing out in how we are here co-creating our 10 of Cups. Because we know we've been in a time of a revision of our 10 of Cups. And we're getting it into a more elevated state. It wasn't high-vibed enough. It wasn't high-vibed enough for what we came here to experience. And so we've been laser focusing on healing from things like jealousy, codependency, and wrath, right? Fighting with ourselves, fighting with other people, battling the old with the new, battling like literally our old self with our new self. This is about growth. This is like if we were to look at ourselves like a plant, which we are, how we, whatever threat this may be, whether this is an internal threat or a threat within our environment, and it's both, right? Like we're becoming whole, we're becoming multidimensional. We don't have to separate things always and use the masculine. As we know, the masculine likes to separate things, looks at things from point A to point B, is more methodical, will put a label on something to know what to call it, right? The feminine goes with the flow. Everything is all part of the whole. Can see how everything is all connected. It's so funny to watch men and women talk sometimes and just get to understand the difference between the elevation, between equality and equity. We are different, but that doesn't mean that we didn't come here to be one and to be what we would call equal. We have to look at equity and what that means. And that means we are different and we all are unique, and we can honor that and celebrate that. And when we can honor that and celebrate that, we can see how we can come together. And that's the beautifulness of this world, all the pieces of the puzzle that make the whole, and it's gorgeous and it's beautiful. And, a woman quite often will see how everything is connected. And a man will be like, what do you mean? What are you talking about that? What are you talking about that right now? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. And the woman will be like, what are you talking about? Of course it does. It's connected to all this. And the man's looking at her like, what are you talking about? We're not even talking about this right now. And when we can understand that we think differently and we communicate differently, of course, we have different things going on within. And then, you add our own unique filters, not even just our like biology, but our own unique filters. And then, wow. Okay, so let's get back on track here. So this right now has to do with the archetype of the child. We had to get in touch with the child in order to elevate this. And we've been talking about this at the channel, right? Like the child is on board, inner child, hear and know me. All these messages are at the channel. If you haven't checked them out yet and feel called to. And right now, like this has to do with our choices. This has to do with our choices, okay? We are understanding as we co-create this inner landscape within, and we elevate how we are co-creating our 10 of Cups here. We understand this has to do with our choices, and our choices have an outcome. They have consequences. They're an equation, right? Like if I do this plus this plus this, it equals this outcome. If I do this plus this plus this plus this, it equals this outcome. And there's also a connection to the 3 here and to, you know, the 3 worlds. The underworld, the upper world, and the middle world. And we've been doing a lot of work in the underworld, you know. And think about all the nutrients within the soil. We're not afraid anymore. It's not like, oh, the underworld's scary, it's bad, it's taboo. What is there to fear? We're walking these worlds with love. And we're integrating the light within the dark at a deeper level. And at a deeper level from us. And this has to do with going from the 9 of Cups, where we create our happiness from our sadness. We elevate here. We actually transmute energy. To the 10 of Cups. And what are we doing here? We're working on the 10 of Cups. From within to without. And it has to do right now with a resonance of true love, okay? True love, but this true love, the resonance is within. It's connected to this inner landscape that we are expanding within. So we have a resonance between each counterpart from within. And then we, you know, from within to without, as above, so below, we're whole. It has to do with kindred partnerships. And the self. Now, we're going to share this message because we got into, you know, I know that I got into this a little bit differently in part 2. I'm going to keep part 1 up because I was playing around with how I actually wanted this message was going to come out. So we're going to keep part 1 up, and we're going to keep this part up as well so that this message makes more sense. This message is going to come out how it's coming out. The 6 of Air, okay?